peekaboos! It's that time of year again where we take our figure YouTube buddies and hash out which figures we thought were the best for 2015. So for this list, the figure had to be a Japanese figure released in 2015. Re-releases do not count unless there was a significant change made to the figure upon re-release. Also, please keep in mind that these are our favorite figures. They may not be yours, and they certainly do not reflect the figure community as a whole. These are just the ones that we thought were the best. So without further ado, here are our top figures for 2015.
Yuki here, and one of my favorite figures for 2015 is the Mikazuki Nendroid. He's from the online browser game called Token Rambu, which I have been addicted to in the past year. But one of the reasons I love his Nendroid is the detail on his outfit. I love the gold shine, and also his expression is adorable. How can you not love that adorable face? That's why Mikazuki is one of my favorite figures and Nendroids of 2015.
Hey Gigi, I won't let you finish, but Miku was the best Nendroid of 2015, alright? Hello guys, my name is Dark Virus, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of my top favorite figures of 2015. And this year, you know, there was just like every year, there's a bunch of Miku Nendroids that come out. I personally bought about a bunch. Sakura Nendroid. Snow Miku Nendroid, 1, 2, 3. But the one that stood out to me the most was Hatamiku Harvest Moon version, and she was one of my favorites of 2015. She just comes packed with so much stuff, and I don't know, I just really like her overall design. It's like I really like her twin tails. They're like really fancy, and her dress she has. I mean, I like her so much I bought a bunch of them because I was really excited about her. And yeah, overall she's an amazing figure. Like I would definitely recommend her. Like exclusive to events and a certain pre-order, so she's not exactly hard to get, but she's kind of expensive nowadays. Well, not too expensive, but yeah, I highly recommend her. And if you haven't already, you should definitely pick her up because she's absolutely awesome, and she's one of my favorite figures of 2015. I think there was like I said, Sakura Miku and the Snow Bell Miku. They're also really nice, but this one really took the cake for me this year because you know, she came with a fan, a moon cake, a flute, a sash, a moon background. It was just a lot of stuff going on in this Miku Nendroid. So yeah, and that was my top favorite anime figure of 2015, and on to the next one.
Hi everyone, Kevin back here with a video in part of a collaboration for the figures for 2015. Now I've ordered and received several figures for the year of 2015, which has passed, and we're in for another ride for 2016. Of course, several of the figures I order are because they are favorites of mine, such as my love for the characters, the design, and the story of the show. Among the figures I've ordered for 2015, there was one that stuck out to me the most. That is the 1/8 scale figure Labras by Alter from the Persona 4 Ultimax video game. Now I love fighting games, and Persona 4 Ultimax is definitely up there in my favorites. However, that was primarily not the reason why I chose this figure. First and foremost, this figure blew me away from the sheer size of a 1/8 scale figure looking much larger, which was a first for me. After examining the figure further while in awe, the details are sharp, the paint job is flawlessly painted, if not perfect, which is expected from Alter. And the pose seems somewhat simple, but works lucidly. Not to mention she does come with a giant axe, which received the same, if not more, levels of detail. But Alter did not stop there. This figure of Labras also came with an exchangeable faceplate and a rocket arm piece accommodated with a plastic stand to keep it afloat. Most figures I purchase are generally just a figure with a base, which is totally fine, but Alter took Labras a step further. This figure is incredibly sculpted and painted, almost perfect actually, and she comes with a giant accessory piece, her axe, along with the 2 interchangeable parts, which is all held together with an incredible pose and size. All in all, I chose Labras not mainly from my attachment to the character or the game, but more from a technical aspect, which is why Labras is my favorite figure for the year of 2015.
When you think of a top-notch anime figure company, most likely Alter makes the list. With clean, crisp designs and dynamic poses, it's just as if the character jumped from the screen and into your otaku merch-filled living room. When you think of a pink-haired heroine with a flying cow fairy thing, chances are you have watched Yuki is a Hero. Because, let's be honest, there aren't a lot of fairy cow things floating around. But with Alter's 1/8 scale of Yuki Yuna, you get 2 fairy cow things, and that's not even the best part about this figure. With a striking fighting stance, and the illusion of movement with her flowing hair, ribbons, and cloak, this is certainly one figure that commands your attention. Upon closer inspection, we can see just how many little details went into making Yuna come to life. We have different textures and finishes throughout, which were carefully crafted to give you those crisp and clean lines. Adding to that, one satisfying expression and a cute booty, Yuna definitely deserves a spot on our list.
Hey, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mia.
And this is Go Figure!
We have figure number 7
for you guys, and it's actually going to be my figure. So, drum roll, please.
What could it be?
Whoa! It's a Sonico! It is the Sonico After the Party by Good Smile Company. Every time I think about a Sonico being in a top 10 video or top 12 video, I think to myself, like, no, it can't be.
Which I don't get.
Sonicos shouldn't be there because we always think about Sonicos as just being very plain and just kind of fan servicing. And whenever I look at this figure though, I'm like, oh no, she totally deserves this because she's got so many details. Just the strings on that thing are real. The wire that connects the guitar to the amplifier, which is a great little addition. And when you look at it closely, even that thing has detail. If you look at the amplifier, in our review that we did, we actually went and tried to press the buttons.
Oh yeah,
and we're like,
so
oh, it didn't
real.
work. Yeah, so I remember that. When you look at the Sonico, there ain't a lot of shading, TBH, but there's some on the butts.
It's very glossy.
It's so funny because they were like, we have to put shading at the places where, you know, it's important. And so they put some on the boobs. You see, it's like more white.
Yeah.
And then on the butt, it's more white.
That is some well shaded cracks right there.
Yes. No, but I mean on the leather.
Yeah, that too.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for sticking by, and I hope you enjoyed this. Bye bye.
Bye.
Konnichiwa, Rogode Tachi here, and I just want to say thank you to Bluesica for letting me be part of her collab video. And if you are wondering who I chose for the best figure of 2015, or my best figure of 2015, I actually chose a Figma. Yeah, I chose the Satsuki Figma because I think that she is one of the best Figmas to come out for a very, very long time. She is just absolutely stunning. Every part of her is awesome. So I'm going to leave you guys with some reasons why I chose her, and I'll see you guys soon.
Hey Peekabloos, my name's Ken and I'm from Full Anime here on YouTube. This 1/7 scale Chignon from Aquamarine is simply a work of art. Sculpted by Satoshi Toda, Aquamarine's 1/7 scale Chignon is not only familiar in terms of clothing and color, but also one of the more realistic and fitting ones out there right now. With a mean-looking strut of a pose, a simple no-frills expression of indifference on her face, and all of this firepower, this rendition of Chignon looks as I always remember when thinking back to the anime. She's an incredibly stunning piece that is virtually unmatched by most other renditions of her, and is certainly up there amongst the best anime figures of 2015.
Hey guys, this is T-Donna presenting Ken Kaneki as one of the top figures of 2015. Not only is this figure badass and made by Kotobukiya, it is a figure of Kaneki straight from the battle of himself versus Jason. Now this is after he emerged as a full ghoul. Now from the clothes, from the mask, and of course to the absolutely stunning details that is displayed on this figure, I recommend you pick it up if you are a Tokyo Ghoul fan. Alright, so now we're going to head off to the next figure. This is T-Dano. See you guys.
We're at Mia's figure now.
Yeah, so there's two of us, so we get two choices. And this one's my choice, ranked at number 3. Woo! So this is Ciel Alençon from Good Smile Company, and she came out in February 2015. She is, I think, the best figure I bought this year. Sinbad agrees. When I first got this figure, I freaked out.
I don't think there's any more weaponry-ish type of figures than that.
No, this really is the creme de la creme.
You can see that she's like kind of looking in that direction, and the monster-ish weapon is like going towards it.
Yeah.
I really like that detail.
Yeah, I love it.
I freaking adore this figure a lot, and
yeah,
to be honest, she is the best figure we have.
The sculpt and the design of Ciel herself is really minimal, and I think there was a lot of care and attention put into that sculpt so that it's not too messy of a figure, but it's still very, very impressive. And the different textures in the figure that are all over the place, from the glossy inner mouth of the monster to the very tin texture of the pole. It's such an eye catcher, and I'm really proud that it is number 3.
So thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Beauty, elegance, poise, all meeting harmoniously in one figure. Mami Tomoe. With vibrant colors unlike any others, this one will blow you away. Mami Tomoe. Available exclusively by Aniplex.
Hi everyone, Marco from Akiba Corner, here with our best figure of 2015, Ultra's 1/7 scale Cotati Minami from Love Live. From the clean sculpt of her outfit, brimming with lace and ribbons, to her flowing energetic hair and joyous expression, all highlighted by the delicately meticulous paint job, Cotati is gorgeous. But it is the extra details that really make this figure shine. The specks of glitter on her crown, wand, and skirt which add dimension, the faint snowflake pattern adorning her top, and the perfectly painted pinstripes all come together to make a truly spectacular figure. Ultra has set the bar incredibly high for the release of the remaining Muse members, and we can't wait to see our favorite girls in their full glory. It should be incredibly telling when a figure is able to capture the hearts of so many figure collectors. From all of the entries nominated from 2015, Kotori was able to take the win by a landslide. We are happy to crown Ultra's 1/7 scale Cotati Minami from Love Live Best Figure of 2015.
So that was our list for the best figures of 2015. I cannot wait to see more figures come out in 2016 and who will make the top spot next year. But in the meantime, I want to know what you thought was the best figure of 2015. So leave us a comment down below to tell us who was your favorite, who's your least favorite. Did you agree with our list? If you didn't, just do it nicely, you know, keep it clean. And also, don't forget to check out the channels of all of the YouTubers who are part of this collaboration. They all have great anime and figure channels that you should check out. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, Peekabloos!